we have discussed about the capturing of fish. So I said about trawlers and echo sounders, satellites. I think you remember those points. Now shall we move on to the next part of fish farming. This is actually interesting to listen. I think you are ready. So sources, already we have discussed the sources of water. That is two sources, fresh water, marine water. So here I am going to introduce a term, brackish water. You have studied in geography, but let us see what are those. So freshwater source, canals, ponds, lakes, river, freshwater source. So what is brackish water? Brackish water is a water where fresh water and marine water mixes. That place we call it as a brackish water. So example for brackish water, we can write it as estuaries and lagoons. Next is, shall we see what are inland fisheries? Inland fisheries are culturing of fish in a small water bodies. That is called inland fishery. Example, fish can be grown even in a paddy field. You all know that in paddy field, water will be stagnated in paddy field. So along with the paddy field water, the fishes are grown along with paddy field. So what is the use of growing fish along with the crop? When there is a fish, it moves. When it moves in between the crop plants, the roots and the water will be disturbed. So the soil will be given more aeration so that roots also can penetrate. The excreta of fish will act as a manure for the crop. So the movement of fish also helps the crop. The excreta of fish will help the crop. So this is a part of inland fisheries. So culturing the fish in a small water body, we call it as inland fisheries. The next one is a very interesting topic, composite fish culture. So what is composite fish culture? If you take, composite means many different species of fishes. Take 5 to 6 fish species are taken grown in a small pond or a place where there is a water. Actually, how we have to select these fish? So I said already, it is 5 to 6 species. Different varieties fish is bred in the same water. So how to select that fish? Actually, we have to see two criteria. The fish should obtain the feed. It should take its feed in a different manner. That means some fishes should take food from the surface area. Some fish will take the food from the middle zone area. And some fishes will take the food from the bottom zone area. So automatically the fish feed will not be wasted. There will not be any wastage of food. Food availability will be there. So this is the advantage for selecting the fish in such a way. So I have given one example for each. Surface feeders. That means the fish which will consume on the surface of the water. Example, katla. Next, middle zone feeders. That means in the center region, the fishes will take up the food. Example, rohu. Bottom feeders. That is, some fish will take the food from the bottom of the water bodies. Example, you remember grass is at the bottom. Grass carp. Common carp. So these two fishes will take the food from the bottom of the water body. So we can categorize into surface feeders, middle zone feeders and bottom feeders. So such different varieties of fishes are selected in a common water body and it is grown. That is called composite fish culture. So two advantages in this. One, they will not compete for food. So food will be there. The bottom zone feeders will be feed at the bottom. Middle zone feeders will feed at the middle. And the surface feeders will take the food on the surface. So like that, there is no competition among them. Next, food will not be wasted. It will be utilized properly. So this is the advantage of composite fish culture. Once again, I would like to revise this. Just listen. We have seen the sources of fresh water. We have seen what is brackish water, the place where fresh water and marine water means that place we call it as brackish water. Two types we can write, estuaries and lagoons. Inland fisheries, that is culturing of fish in a small water body, that is called inland fisheries. Example will be fish grown in a paddy field. That is very good example. Next comes composite fish culture. We are growing 5 to 6 species of fish in same water body. So what is the advantage? Advantage, there is no wastage of food, there is no competition for food. So how we have to select the fish? The selection of fish, the feeding habit should be different. Some fish should feed on surface, some in the middle zone and some in the bottom zone. So example of surface feeder is katla, example of middle zone feeder, rohu, and bottom feeders, common carps and grass carps. Dear actions, we have seen about composite fish culture. Now let us see what are the problems we face in composite fish culture. So in the last part we saw about the advantages of composite fish culture, where food wastage will never happen and there will not be any competition for food and food will not be wasted. Now what are the problems we face in composite fish culture is breeding will be a problem. Only in the time of monsoon the fish will breed. Next, if a good quality of seed we can say that the fish young one or the eggs we can say it as a fish seed. So that seed, even if that crossing is done, due to the lack of availability of good seeds, crossing may happen between the species. Two different species the crossing may happen. So that is the disadvantage. There are two disadvantages. One is it will breed during the monsoon. The second problem is the species may undergo crossing and fish seed, the good quality seed will not give the output. So what is the solution for these problems? The scientists have found a method called hormonal stimulation. So using this hormonal stimulation, the desired quantity and quality of fish can be obtained. So that is the solution for the composite fish culture problem. So with this I will complete the fish farming. In the next class we will see about the beekeeping. That is the last part of the lesson. Along with that we will see some NCERT questions also. Thank you Akshins. Have a good day.